What's up? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over our competition heel. So what you're going to need is a bowl, so a plastic bowl for your dog to stand on. So what we're going to be doing right now, we're going to be working on our dog's rear end awareness. So that's when our dog is standing on the bowl and they're rotating their back legs around the bowl, right? Second thing you're going to need is your terminal marker, so either your YS or your clicker. Your food, so food or toys, whatever your dog will take. This one right here loves food, so that's what we're going to use. And of course, a dog that's ready to work and understands what the terminal marker is, the yes or the clicker, right? So again, what we're going to work on first is going to be our rear end awareness. So you're going to take your bowl. She loves this drill, so when I throw it, she's going to run to it, right? So that's what you want right there. You want your dog to be standing on the bowl with their front legs, and then we're going to be working on getting them to rotate around the bowl. So this is going to be our end result right here. See how she's rotating around the bowl when I'm walking around? And then I'll turn around and go the other way. She's using those back legs. Good girl. That's what we want. That's our end result, right? So, but first, what we're gonna need is for the dog to actually get on the bowl, right? So you can do one or two things. You can either free shape it, which is what we went over, I believe in a couple videos ago. We talked about what free shaping is. It's pretty much just letting the dog figure it out for themselves. So when we do the free shaping, it'll pretty much be like, we'll use our same method. We'll go up to it, kind of give them a hint. She gets on it, I mark it, right? Go back to it. We're gonna just rep. This is how we'll rep that out. Just them actually putting their front two paws on the object, right? So if we're free shaping it, we kind of have to let her figure it out on her own. She's sniffing, whatever, whatever. She figured it out. She knows what to do to get fed, right? Now, if we don't have the patience, because not all of us have the patience to free shape it, then we can also do our luring. So that's taking our food in our hand, cover it with our thumb, get their attention. She's following the food, bring it to the bowl. She steps on it, mark it, reward it. One more time. Get her attention, walk her to the bowl. She steps on it, mark it, reward it. And that's going to be our very, very first step to working our rear end awareness is just getting them on the bowl first, right? Then, same thing as always, we start to name it. So we got her. When we get almost there, touch. Good girl. And then if we're free shaping it, touch. Good. So when we're free shaping it, when they do it, we name it, then we click. When we're luring it, we lure. Before we get to it, we name it. They get on it, then we click. Right? So now once we've gotten to this part, this is where the fun starts to happen. This is my favorite drill. I don't know why I love this drill, but once we got them there, we just start kind of feeding them and messing with them. So we're sliding over. As soon as that back leg moves, so I'm going to go this way so you can see. As soon as that back leg moves, we're marking that, right? So we're not necessarily trying to get the whole rotation down at once. We just want baby steps, right? So right here, we're just going to kind of move her around. She moves that leg one time, just like that, right? We only want one step, and then we're clicking to let them know that when you move that back leg, that's what I wanted, right? And then that one step turns into a couple steps, right? So now she's kind of just shuffling. So she knows this. She understands this drill, so I can lure her around in a whole circle like this, right? So then that's gonna. So then, once we've gotten to that point where we are actually able to kind of just move, touch, we're actually able to just move her around the bowl. So this is what you want right here, right? This is your end goal. When you're starting this drill, this is really what you want to get to, right? So once you've gotten to that point, now it's time to get creative. Now it depends on your dog, right? So she's perfectly fine with getting free shape all the way up to this point, but now she can't really, or we can't really, so it's probably even me as a trainer, can't really get the next part of this free shaped, right? So what I'm doing currently, so what we're working on is touch our head position. So we're free shaping this. I'm free shaping this for her. So I give her the command, she doesn't do it. Usually when she gets older, we'll give her pressure for it to get her into this behavior. But right now she's puppy, so you kind of have to deal with it, right? So now I'm working on her head position. So I'll bring her around to where I would want her to be, her ideal spot for a heel. And I'm going to kind of just lure her up. She's holding that head position really nice. She holds it for a couple seconds. I mark it, I reward it, right? One more time. So we're going to touch, show you how it looks from the back. So she's right here in a good heel position. I want that head straight up, basically looking at me, right? She's holding it, holding it, holding it. Very nice. I mark, I reward her for it. Very nice, very nice. Right? So again, we want that head position. Good girl. So I'm teaching her everything on the right side of me, but when we're actually doing our healing, it'll be on my left side. So what I'm doing, my strategy is that I do all of my hard work, all my labor, boom, every step of the way on my right side, so the mistakes will stay on my right. So when we're on our left is when we haven't perfected and we're not really tweaking on our healing in our on the left. When we need to tweak on our healing, it'll be on our right side. So with that being said, I also will switch the clicker over and I'll work on her getting that head position on the left side as well, right? So she's not really used to doing this on the left because all of our work is on the right. Very nice, very nice. And you can still have fun with it, right? So I can just lure her around in the circle so she can dance, so she can dance around it. See what I want? There you go. Good girl. Moving those back legs all the way around. Bring her to here, bringing that head position to where I want it. Straight up. Perfect. Good girl. Right? That's going to be our next step. So that's a lot of steps. There's more to it, but I want you to really practice on getting that first actual step, which is getting on the freaking bowl, right? So we're not really going to be doing all of this until our dog will get on the bowl for us, right? So touch, that is our actual first step, right? Get on the bowl is step number one. Step number two, touch, get on the bowl and move that back leg once, right? That's step number two. Get on the Number one, get on the bowl. Number two, one step over. Right? Number three, touch. She's on it, and now we can rotate her whichever way we want. Right? Now she's mirroring me. That's step three. That's step three right there. Step four, get her on the bowl, touch. And then we're going to get her into that heel position because she's mirroring me now. And we're just going to get her to hold that head position just how we want it. So I want her back a little bit. There we go. Right there. There we go. Beautiful. And make sure you're marking when she's actually, when your dog is actually doing what you want them to do, not just they did good, did good, did good. She dropped her head, then you click. So what you did there is you rewarded her for dropping her head. You want her to be looking up at you the whole time. She's looking up, looking up, looking up. You mark, and then you're marking the behavior for looking up. One more time. She's looking up, 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 up. There we go. I'm marked right there. So actually, it wasn't even a good rep. Want to know why? Because she gave me my head position, yes, but her body was wrapped around me, right? So I don't want her tilted. But that's not what I'm working on right now. So I let it slide. So I wanted that head position. That's what I wanted. But I don't want her body slanted towards me. So if you can avoid that, perfect. You see how her body is slanting around me? I don't want that. So I'll kind of nudge her around. There we go. Perfect. So I straightened her up a little bit. She was a little crooked out this way now, but if she's crowding naturally, me tweaking it out this way, it won't really hurt. Then again, she's probably not really paying attention to where her back end is because she's so focused on looking up at that point, right? And that right there is what I want you guys to work on. Then on our next video, part two of this, it's going to be a two-parter. There's a lot to this. We're going to go over the next couple steps of how we can really get this solid. Yes, good girl. And that's it for this one. Thank you guys for watching as always, and we will be back with our next part of this next time. Touch. Good. Good girl.